if you cannot see far, you cannot get far. Do you know that when it is very dark, the color of your vehicle is not important? Whether it is a Bentley or a Mercedes or a Volkswagen, what is important in the night concerning your vehicle is the light. Somebody who has a car that you call jalopy but has full light in the night, and you that has a Bentley without light, who will move? Then you can be complaining and say, but this car is posh. Why can it not move without light? Because you can't see without light. You cannot see without light. The word flourishing, is it just a mere word for you, or just a combination of letters? Or have you seen a picture of how you flourish in 2023? If you have not seen, then create that picture today. And let that image be what you walk towards. Have you asked God to show you a visual picture, a mental picture of how the year will deliver flourishing to you? If you look on the physical and the situation you are dealing with, and with how impossible the sin, you will only see limitations. Jesus called Peter, come from the boat. Peter was focused on him. Peter's focus was on Christ. And the moment Peter shifted his focus from Christ, he started sinking. Anytime you focus on the problems, you will sink. If you focus on the one who can do all things, you will prosper. Can you for whatever it's worth, focus on Jesus? Focus on the word. Focus on possibilities. The Apostle Paul prayed in Ephesians chapter 1 verse 18 for the Ephesian church. He said that the eyes of your understanding being enlightened. Wait. The eyes is supposed to actually see now. So why does it need to be enlightened again? That means the eyes that you used to see, let it be educated. Enlightening is not education. An enlightened man, that means an educated man. So the eyes that you used to see, let it be educated so that you can know. Until you know with the eyes of your understanding, properly educated, you won't go far. You must desire and pray that your spiritual eyes be opened to enable you to see and to know. When you see, then you will know. The knowing is understanding what you see, and then you can now possess all that God has made available for your destiny. But if you have no picture of your future in any mental form or picture or shape, you will be drowned by the challenges of today. And that's the reason why you must learn to see as far as possible. Because what you see is what you get. One day Elisha's servant got up and he saw an army of horses and chariots surrounding the city. In 2 Kings chapter 6 verse 15. He was afraid, but his master told him not to be. Instead, Elisha prayed and asked God to open his servant's eyes to see. When God opened the servant's eyes, he saw the forces on their side overwhelm the forces that came against them. And I prophesy to you this morning, those who are on your side, the forces of God on your side, the resources of God on your side is much more than the resources enamored by the enemy to attack you. And so Elisha prayed, open his eyes, Lord, so that he may what? See. That should be your prayer today. Lord, open my eyes to see. Let me see the wondrous things that you have promised me from your word. Open my eyes to see. A senior friend, a servant of God, told me one time when I was concerned about people are not taking the word of God seriously, people are not interested in discipleship, people don't want to work for God. And he said to me, just pray so that they can see. If they can see the vision, they will follow. The problem is that people have not yet seen. What God has provided for us, his servants, as resources are endless possibilities. Imagine reading John chapter 14 verse 14. He said, if you ask me anything in my name, I will do it. Anything. Does that have limitation? In Matthew chapter 18 verse 18, they talked about whatever you bind on earth is bound in heaven. Whatever. He said whatever you allow on earth is allowed in heaven. And that means that there are powers that you have that you don't even know and you are not using. If we cannot see these endless possibilities, there is no way we can access them. If you cannot conceive victory, you cannot walk towards it to possess that victory. What you see is what you have. If you do not see yourself as a child of God, you cannot act like one. You will continue to play the victim and not possess your possessions. If you don't see yourself as a partner of God or working with him, partnering with your pastor or other workers in the church will be a boring activity. When you see yourself as a stakeholder in God's kingdom, you will own your part of the duties. You will take ownership in service, and you will be planted in the house of our God, and then you begin to flourish in the courts of our God.